let me tell you about my experience with Royal Caribbean's unlimited dining package that I had on my most recent cruise. I'll let you know if I thought it was worth it for me personally, what I thought about the overall plan, so stay tuned at the end for my verdict. I paid about $126 per person. This was for a 3-day cruise, so just a little short cruise, and believe me, I booked it with the intent to eat my way around the Navigator of the Seas, and eat my way around I did. I'm going to explain everything I had. I'll share a little bit of the menu with you, but more importantly, I'm going to keep you up to date with how much money I saved with every meal, and you'll see at the end whether I did have some decent savings or not. So day one, I boarded about 11. I went straight to the maitre d', made all my reservations for dinner, for lunches where I could. Then I headed over to Playmakers. It was 11:30, I checked my app. It said that Playmakers was open for business under the Hungry More section. So I thought it's earlier than I would usually eat lunch, but you know what? I need to get a head start on this. I've got a lot of food to get through. Turns out the server hadn't actually started yet, but the barman did come over to me and took my drinks order, explained I wanted food. He told us, actually the kitchen isn't open till 12. So first snag, a little disappointed in that. I thought it said here they were open at 11:30, but you know what? I don't mind the wait. I had my carry-on baggage with me after all. So, server kindly gave us some menus, but reminded us, kitchen's not open, you're going to be waiting quite a while. He was a bit reluctant to take my order, but I made it anyway. So, there was 2 of us. We ordered a basket of chicken tenders, the 2 pigskin sliders, and the smallest number of chicken wings that we could, which was actually a 12-piece. That's a lot of food for lunch. At least there was 2 of us, but still, I was already panicking about how I was going to get through this. Shortly before 12, about 11:55, the barman came back over and told us the chefs actually started cooking our food a little bit earlier. He managed to get the kitchen opened up and just wanted to jump right in with our order. But mentioned that the wings will take a bit longer. Was that okay? It was. So he comes out first of all with the pigskin sliders and the chicken tenders, which came with a massive basket of fries that I was not expecting to see. I'm already thinking, how are we going to get through all this food? We don't even have the wings yet. About 15 minutes later, we're finished. We can't eat anymore. The barman comes out and tells us that unfortunately the wings are still frozen. They haven't defrosted yet, and there's no way that he can service them. So he apologizes profusely. I tell him that's okay. I didn't realize that this was going to come with so much food. We're actually kind of full, so it kind of worked out in the end anyway. Side note, this is day 1 of a brand new cruise. I was kind of surprised they weren't prepared and ready with some wings, because I'll tell you what, Playmaker, by 12:30, it was already filling up. It's a really popular venue and wings are one of their most popular items. You know, a bit of planning on that would have been better, but it kind of worked out in my favor. So the total food charge for both of us actually came to $11. This is why it's only a $20 credit, because the food here is actually pretty cheap. It was $11 for those sliders and the chicken tenders. For dinner, we go off to Chops. Now, I did hit a second snag at Chops, unfortunately. So my case hadn't arrived yet. We had the first reservation, so we were there bang on 5:30. We actually got there a little early. So we get there. I haven't got my case yet. I'm still in my shorts, and Chops does have a dress code. The host was trying to send me away, tell me I need to go and get changed. I'm trying to explain I don't have my luggage yet. It hadn't arrived by the time I left. I can go and check, but what do I do if it's not arrived yet? I don't have any trousers to wear. I don't have any jeans. I don't have any slacks. I've got nothing. I didn't put anything in my carry-on, thinking I would have had my luggage by now. I normally do. It was a bit of a busier cruise. I get it. It can sometimes take a while. He reluctantly let me in. Now, when I say reluctantly, he really wasn't happy about the situation, but he did let me in anyway. Now, I did see him turn away several other people who did later come back. I'm sure that my case was there by the time this was all happening. I just hadn't seen it yet. I was panicking. I didn't really know what to do. So, mental note, if you're going to dine somewhere with a dress code on day 1, make sure you plan accordingly. Pack those jeans or some slacks or chinos or something in that hand luggage that you've got with you, and that way you'll be prepared just in case your luggage hasn't turned up in time. Or save those dining venues to later in the evening or even for another day. But anyway, that's nothing to do with the value, just a little bit of nugget of information I wanted to share with you, a little warning if you will, in case you find yourself in a similar predicament. So after I indulged on tuna tartare, fried goat's cheese salad, a ribeye steak with some trimmings on there, and cheesecake, that was a $70 value. Now, I did also get a bottle of wine. I just got a $50 bottle of wine. With a 40% discount, that represented a $20 savings, so I'm now up to $90 savings. Add on lunch from this morning. Today, I've saved $101. Now, when you consider that the daily value of my dining package was actually $42 per person per day, for my upcoming cruise, it's actually $37 per person per day. So again, as I was saying, dynamic pricing, things can change. So when you think that that was $42, plus I did spend $30 on wine, that's put me up to the $90 region. But so far, I'm still ahead. I'm still saving more than I've spent. That's what I wanted to see. So day one, so far, so good. Let's take a look at day two. Day two comes by, and the first thing that happens is snag number 3. We had the Izumi sushi Japanese restaurant booked for lunch. We get a phone call to say, sorry, we're not opening for lunch today. Your reservation's been cancelled. Now, we can get you in for dinner tomorrow at 8 p.m. That's the last reservation that we have available. There's nothing else left. Remember, this is only a 3-day cruise, so we only have today and tomorrow. But just goes to show everything's starting to sell out already. We declined because we actually already have reservations at Jamie's Italian Kitchen at 5:30 tomorrow. 8 p.m. is too late for us to have dinner. That's not when we like to eat, so I declined that. But now I'm scrambling. What am I going to do? I was doing this unlimited dining plan. I wanted to share it with you. I wanted to give you all the updates, tell you all about it, let you know how it goes, and now there's a wrench in this. Not to worry though. We decided to rearrange things a little bit, and I went off to Jonny Rockets. So the Jonny Rockets on board the Navigator of the Seas is a Jonny Rockets Express. So they didn't really have the true a la carte pricing. They had meal pricing. So it is still a la carte in terms of the dining plan. You still get that $35 credit towards it. But instead of being able to order just a basket of fries or just a burger, you have to order the burger, the fries, and the drink. Now, I don't eat fries really, occasionally, but not very often. They have to be really, really, really good fries, and you can check it on another video to find out where does the best fries at sea. But anyway, so I don't really do fries, and I don't drink soda, so all I wanted was a burger, but I also wanted the chicken tenders because I wanted to see how they differed from Playmaker's chicken tenders. The lady that was serving me, she wasn't getting it. She's like, but it comes with fries and a drink. And I said, but I don't want it. It's okay. I don't mind. I am on the unlimited dining plan. At which point she went, okay, I get it. It's fine. I understand what you're saying then. So she was more than happy to put it through. She was concerned that I was losing out on money by paying for something that I was actually saying I didn't want. So anyway, we get the burger, we get the chicken tenders, and I actually preferred their chicken tenders to the Playmakers. But stay tuned because I will be talking about the Playmakers burgers, and yeah, you can already see where that's going. Anyway, so the total cost for each meal was $11.99, so $12. So there we go. I'm starting day two with $24 saved against my $42 value, so I'm already more than halfway there. Dinner tonight is at Hooked Seafood. No wine tonight, so no extra savings on this one, but I did enjoy my crab cake. I had the drunken mussels. They were drunk. You should have heard the things they were saying. And then I finished it off with the coconut cream pie. Now, we did get an extra appetizer to try, courtesy of our server. She overheard me debating with myself whether I would like soft shell crab. I'd never had it before. I wasn't sure if I would like it because I'm not a fan of even shrimp shells. If I get a bit of shrimp shell, I really don't like it. She brought it out anyway for me to try. I wasn't a fan. I felt really bad. It's not that they didn't cook it in a nice way. I'm just not going to be a fan ever of soft shell crab. I'm going to stick to naked crab from now on. It was a delicious meal. $60 it costs for Hooked. So now I have brought my day two savings up to $84. So we're doing pretty well here so far. So I mentioned that on day two, Izumi wasn't open for lunch. My original lunch for day three was Jonny Rockets. It got moved to day two. So I decided to go back and try Playmakers again. I really wanted to try those wings. And of course they weren't available on day one for me. And as I said, I noticed they have their signature burger and I wanted to see how that stood up to Jonny Rockets burger. Well, let me tell you, hands down, Playmaker's burger definitely won. If you want the perfect combination of burger and chicken tenders, you're going to get your chicken tenders from Jonny Rockets, you're going to get your burger from Playmakers, and you will have the happiest combination that you ever could have. So we had that. As I mentioned, we got the wings. On the menu, it does talk about why not try half and half? Now they offer chicken wings and they offer pig wings, which are like kind of little pork ribs. So I tried to order that and I was told, no, that's not what it means. You can have half and half sauce. And I thought, oh, I thought it meant the wings. And when I looked closer at it, it didn't say half and half. It said, why not try both? So I pointed this out and said, but it says both. And you're telling me there's 5 sauces. It didn't make sense in my head, but I was ready to accept it. I said, no, it's fine. I misunderstood it. When it said both, I thought it meant chicken and pig, not pick 2 of the 5 sauces. That's fine. I said, I'll stick to chicken. I picked my sauce and off she took with the order. The lovely server actually came back a couple of minutes later and said to me, I spoke to the chef for you and he's going to whip you up half a dozen of each. Perfect. Again, I want to tell you guys how they are. That was really the only reason I wanted the half and half. Please don't be bothering them, asking them for half and half. I got it. I feel bad that I made her go and ask the chef and I put them out of their process for it. It was misunderstanding on my part, but I got to try them both. I can tell you how they taste, but that's going to be in another video for another day. My lunch on Sunday, day 3, came to $19. So I was $1 shy of that $20 charge. Now actually, I was not dining alone, there was 2 of us. So our total tab for that day actually came to $34. So this is a scenario where I actually took both of our room keys and said, here, we're both on the unlimited dining plan. And what she did was she made sure to split the checks out accordingly so that both of them were less than $20. Not one of them would go over the 20. So I was really grateful for that. She really made sure to work it out that none of us would have to pay on top of it. So now comes dinner, our final meal on the unlimited dining plan, and that was at Jamie's Italian Kitchen. Now this is the one that I was most looking forward to. I've seen videos, I've read the reviews. I'm going to be doing my own videos and reviews of all of the places I've been on this cruise and all of the food that I've eaten, but I can't go without saying something about the meat plank. Actually, I don't think I could do it justice with words. Here, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Look at this. Right? Come on. That is amazing. So I had that. I also chose to have the tagliatelle bolognese, and I rounded off my meal with, of course, tiramisu. I also decided to get an espresso. This is Italian after all. Now, I'm just pointing this out because I don't know if this was part of the unlimited dining plan or not. I did have 2 coupons for 50% off specialty coffee. It does say you can only use one at a time. You can't just present both and get 100% off your check, right? You can present one and get 50% off. So I told him I have a coupon loaded onto my card for 50% off. He brought me the check for that and it was 0. So I don't know whether he just combined the coupons, whether he just wrote it off as no charge because an espresso is only like $2, or if it actually was included as part of the unlimited dining plan. They do say beverages or not, maybe coffees are, I'm not too sure. So actually, if anyone's done that before, if anyone's used the unlimited dining plan and bought a coffee, actually an upcharge coffee, did you get it free or did I just use 2 coupons in one go, which you're apparently not supposed to do? I didn't ask for it, he did it. Love him for it if that's what he did. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you know the answer. So Jamie's is $55. I mentioned I spent $19 on lunch. That brings me to a grand total of $74 for day 3. So the cruise is done, the bills are in, the money's being counted. Let's see, how much did I save? Without the dining plan, I would have spent $289 if I ate the exact same food. So $289 worth of food is what I'm looking at. That does include my bottle of wine that I had, my $50 bottle of wine. I only paid $126 for the dining plan, which made for a whopping $163 save. Now, if I can save more money than I originally spent up front, that makes me one happy cruiser. So do I think it's worth it? Heck yeah. To save that much money? Definitely. But it might not be value for everybody. If you're the kind of person that enjoys going to the buffet for dinner occasionally, or maybe you love going to the main dining room for formal night, just be considerate of how much value you will actually get. If you're planning on going and just eating Playmakers all the time, it's dirt cheap to eat there. Is it going to be worth spending that much money up front? My advice, they have prices listed on your pre-cruise planner. Take a look at those prices for each of the 2 or 3 dining packages that are available for your cruise. Look at the restaurants, work out your plan, as I mentioned earlier, work out your little plan of where you want to eat, when you want to eat there, and add it up individually. If you want wine, throw some wine in. The wine is ranging from about $30, I think was the cheapest they did. Actually, the $50 wine was the cheapest they had available, but 30 was actually the cheapest they have on the menu. So if you want wine, factor that discount in, the 40% for 100 or less, or 20% for more than $100. Factor that discount in if you're going to be drinking bottles of wine. Have a look at how much you think you will spend. Go and Google the Playmakers menu or the Portside Barbecue menu. They are available as sample menus. Prices might fluctuate a little, but have a look at what you might consider eating. You're not signing up for it there and then, but have a look at that, work out the value, and you decide if it's going to be value. It certainly was for me on this cruise, but if I was to do another 3-day cruise, I probably wouldn't want to eat all that food again. It was a lot to get through. I enjoyed it, but it was a lot. So next time I probably won't take it, but on a future cruise, yeah, I very well may take that to maximize my value for money. So the choice is yours, but hey, thanks for watching. It's good to be back, and happy cruising, everybody. Talk to you next time.